Hello and welcome to SheWolfMom. I'm Erica. I know you were expecting to see a pantry video this week because that is what I told you I was going to post. However, plans changed over the weekend. My husband and I decided to come into the garage and get it organized. We really wanted to put our car into the garage. It's been hot outside and we just do not enjoy getting into a hot car. So we were going to move everything over to one side of the garage. While we were doing that, I decided that I needed to organize my boxes. I felt like being organized and putting my boxes into zones would definitely help me out so much. I would know what I'm working with, I would know exactly where it is, and I wouldn't have to be digging through a mound of boxes. This would also be a time saver because I'm pretty sure if I was cleaning, decluttering, and organizing my pantry and looking for boxes at the same time, I would be completely stressed out. So I'm really glad that we tackled this project first. Now I know exactly what it is I have in my garage. I know what I need to work on. There is so much peace that comes with organization, and I think that is why I am so drawn to it. So I feel ready to get all of this unpacking done. I'm hoping to fast track it a little bit more. And now that I'm feeling a whole lot better, and I know I told you last week was a huge turning point for me, and I'm going to talk to you about that in a little bit. But for now, I wanted to introduce today's sponsor. This portion of today's video is sponsored by Tokkidas. They were kind enough to send me an amazing pet gate, which I really needed. As you know, I have two small dogs. They are 2 years old and they are definitely in their terrible 2 stage. They do sleep with the kids at night, but they can't make their mind up who they want to sleep with. So we came up with an idea to use a pet gate to allow them access to go back and forth between the kids' room at night. Most importantly, not giving them access to the entire house, nor mom and dad's room. Installation is so simple. It's literally just the turn of a knob and it is fastened to your wall. You can definitely use screws if you want it to be a bit stronger, but because this is for our dogs, we didn't go that route. It literally took about 2 to 3 minutes to install. I love that the door is easy to open. It's quiet. It doesn't make any noise at all. My dogs are not scared to go through this pet gate. It has a 2-way swing and it stays open. You don't have to worry about the door slamming shut. It stays open whichever side you want it to stay open on. It really is a space saver because we don't have anywhere to store the door if we're not using it. We don't have to store it. We simply just leave it here and just have the door open if we do not want to use it as a pet gate. I really do love this pet gate. It is exactly what we needed, and I will only talk to you about items and products that I'm truly going to use in my home, and this is something that I truly needed. We had purchased another one at Walmart. It was just too big. I had nowhere to store it. I was storing it in the bathroom, and I only have 2 bathrooms, so this is amazing. It just works perfectly for small spaces. It does come in 2 colors, black and white. This is made out of metal, so you know that it's going to be very sturdy and last a long time. This does fit doorways that are between 24 and 80 inches wide, so it can definitely get a lot bigger, and it stands 29 inches tall. If you are in the market for a pet gate or just some type of gate to protect your children, keep them away from things, then this gate is amazing. This product is available on Amazon, which means you can have it at your doorstep within the next 2 to 3 days. I'm going to link it down below along with any discount codes if available. At this point, I'm not sure if I have a discount code, but if I do, I will definitely link it down below. Thank you, Tokkidas, for sending me this gate and for sponsoring this portion of today's video.
Fly with the stars, I'm free. Party all day, every weekend. Make it boom, boom to the beat. Make it boom, 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 boom. Fly with the stars, I'm free. Party all day, every weekend. Make it boom, boom to the beat. Make it boom, 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 boom. I'm glad to be alive, 'cause I don't wanna wait.
I had to change my outfit because it was really hot outside and the heat was giving me a little bit of anxiety. So on came the biker shorts and I put my hair into a ponytail. I honestly feel like it wasn't just the heat that was bothering me. It's been a little bit humid and I'm not used to humidity. In Arizona, it's a dry heat. And so when I feel the thick, heavy air and I'm trying to breathe it in, it makes it a little bit harder for me and it makes me panic. So I definitely have to acclimate myself to the new environment. It might take a while, but I know that I will adjust. But let me explain to you what my husband and I are doing. We are both actually working on two different things at the same time. I'm working on the mound of boxes, getting them separated and categorized by room. I'm also making sure to label the box on every which side. That way it makes it easier for me to see what is in the box. When I pack them up, I believe I labeled the front and the back, but not the entire box. So I'm making sure to label the boxes just to make it a bit easier. I really wish that when we unloaded the U-Haul, I would have done this and categorized everything. But of course, when you're just in the moment, you kind of just want to get it done and you're tired, you don't do that. So I'm doing it now. I think this is the third time these boxes have been moved, but this will also be the final time. I'm making sure that these boxes are exactly where I need them to be because I'm going to be the one unpacking a lot of these boxes. That is my job. My husband has been taking care of other things. There's a lot of kitchen boxes. There's about 3 boxes of clothes for my bedroom, which I do plan on decluttering those a bit more. And there are a lot of pantry boxes. I cannot believe how many pantry boxes I have, but I'm going to get that taken care of this week. So hopefully I can share that with you with sometime within the next 2 weeks. My husband is working on something different. He is decluttering the corner of the garage back there where all of those toolboxes are. We want to put a shelf in that area just to hold more of our belongings, mostly his things that belong in the garage, his toolboxes, man things. Eventually, a lot of this stuff is going to go into the storage shed. We are actually looking at storage sheds now, and he kind of has narrowed one down. There's storage sheds that they sell, I think at either Costco or Sam's, and the price includes them building it for you. So he will not be building his shed. It'll be done for him, which is really nice because I would assume that building a shed is very tedious and not very fun. So that's kind of where we're at now and what we are doing in the garage. Another thing I should add is that we are also decluttering at the same time. If there's something that we see that's clear to us that we don't want anymore, we are going to be getting rid of that, and we are just throwing it in the front of our house for now. So there is a disaster in front of the house, but it just makes it easier for us to clear up space inside and see what we're working with.
Okay
There were several boxes that were extremely heavy, and I had to ask my husband to help me. He always stops what he's doing and never complains or makes faces or grunts. And helps me out, and he puts them exactly where I ask him, and I'm just so grateful to him for that. Being away from family for 8 years and not having anyone to help us has really helped us to just lean on each other to get done what we need to get done. We are extremely independent, and even though we have family here right now, we still operate like we don't have family in town. We take on a lot of our tasks on our own. Of course, it's okay to ask for help, and I think that's something that we need to learn, is that it's okay to ask our family members for help if we need it. For example, this particular day, our kids had spent the night at my in-laws' house, so they weren't home right now, and we were able to get this job done with no interruptions. Because they spent the night at my in-laws' house, we were also able to have a date night, which has been really nice because I think it's important for, a husband and a wife to have that time together to reconnect. And so we've had several date nights since we've been back. In Arizona, our date nights were very sparse. When we moved over there, our kids were very young. We had a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old. So they were really little, and it was very scary for us to let go and let them stay at a daycare facility or with a babysitter, just because we had always had family to help us, and we didn't have that anymore. Being away was a really good thing for us. We are independent. We lean on each other. There's nothing that we can't do together. We always figure it out. It's definitely something that I'm really proud of. And just like that, all of my boxes are categorized. You are going to see a couple of piles of boxes like this one here. Everything in those boxes needs to go into the new shelving that my husband is building. We're also going to be shuffling a couple of things around and reorganizing them into newer boxes. This is where the shelf is going, and voila, there it is.
I know.
What's on your mind? Seems like your feeling starts to fade out. The diamonds in your eyes, do they wanna let go? Wanna let go? Right here and now, we cannot spin around it no more. So let me hear you out. Do you wanna let go? Wanna let go?
You may or may not remember me packing up all of these supplies. Yes, we have a ton of cleaning supplies, sanitation supplies, and that was just as a result of COVID. When everything started being discounted, we decided that we were going to pick up and stock up a little bit. We stocked up a lot of it, but we also make sure that we have stuff on hand for family in case they need it. We just recently had a family member that got COVID, and we were able to provide them with a lot of supplies that they needed. We're just those type of people, but we are not buying any more supplies. We have no room for them, and we just have no desire to keep a big stock of them anymore.
It's a feeling that I find.
to talk to you about why last week was such a big turning point for me. I decided last week that enough was enough and I needed to start creating new routines here in my new space. My daughter is going to school now. She had been doing virtual schooling for the last 2 years, and this year we gave the kids an option if they wanted to do in person or online. And so my daughter immediately knew that going to school was for her. So she is going to school now, and that's causing a ripple effect in the family. We are having to go to bed earlier, we're having to get up earlier, and so I figured that this was the perfect time for me to create a routine. I'm now getting up early, and that has made such a huge difference in my levels of motivation, my mental clarity. I mean, just everything. It's helped me in so many ways. I'm able to get so much more done, and so I've just been working on finding a routine. So far, I feel like my routine is working for me, and it's something that I want to share with you. So let me know if you'd be interested in seeing what my morning routine is. This would be a morning routine from a person who is not a morning person, but I'm definitely trying my best to change that mindset because I know that getting up early is so beneficial in so many ways. And in the first week that I woke up early and tried forming my routine, I've already seen such a positive change in myself, my motivation levels, as I mentioned, just my mental clarity. My home is tidier. It's just a lot more peaceful. I'm getting more done. I'm a lot more productive, and the list goes on and on. All of these changes have come about just from getting up earlier. It's a really simple but hard change to make. I still roll out of bed tired in the morning, but the fact that I have a routine, I know what to expect, know what following my routine is going to do for me, the good that it's going to do for me and my family and my YouTube channel. I work my YouTube channel around my family life, and it's very challenging sometimes because I am constantly multitasking. So by having this routine in the morning, I am sketching out a few hours a day to devote to me and my channel because this is something that I really have a passion for. It's something that I really want to work for me, but I also realize that I have to put the work in and I need time for that. And so this is why I'm really excited about this routine and I want to share it with you. Let me know if this is something that you would be interested in watching. There's still so much that I need to get you caught up on. I wanted to talk to you about our home selling process. I'm just not sure if I want to do that in a video like this where I voice it over or if I just sit and talk to you in front of the camera. Let me know what you would prefer in regards to that video, the home selling process. I also want to share with you my final Arizona house tour. It's been a little hard for me to want to open up that video just because I feel like when I closed the door that day that we left. I really closed the door on that chapter in my life. I might feel this way because we put so much work into emptying that house out and getting ourselves here to Texas that I'm just over it. Aside from that, I've never said this before, but I think that house was haunted. Let me know if you want a story time video on that, but I really feel like there was something in that home, some type of energy that was not positive. It was definitely a negative energy, and there were just several things that happened in that house that really made me believe that there is a spirit world out there, whereas I think I always believed that, but I never had anything just happen right in front of my face where it was like, yes, this does exist. I never wanted to talk about this in that house, and that's why I never said anything about it in my videos. But there was definitely something there, and let me know if you want to hear any stories about that. I decided that I want to use the top of the fridge to store all of my paper items, such as paper plates, plastic forks, things like that. I have styrofoam containers because I want to start cooking for my grandfather. He's 84 or 86 years old and he needs a lot of help right now. So I want to start making him food and delivering that to him. So I have a lot of those styrofoam containers. But all of this up here needs to be decluttered. I just didn't want to do it on this day because there's some boxes there that I'm not ready to open. But once I do open them, that is going to be my designated area for paper goods. The last things that we wanted to do was put my husband's Christmas props for his light show up on the loft in our garage. This was going to be a task because the screens that he uses outside of the house are really large, and even though they're there against the wall and they don't look big, once you see it against our bodies, they are really large. So he wanted to put them up on the loft area because the ceilings in this house are very tall. It would help get them out of the way and out of sight, really. So we are going to attempt to get them up on the loft. you can see, that was a complete fail. The screen actually snapped and broke. Then we decided to put it along the wall where it was in the first place. And so that is where it is now. We met our goals for the day. Our goals were to make space for the car, put the Christmas props away, organize all the boxes, and categorize them. We also wanted to put the shelf up. That way we could organize more things into the shelves. We got that done. We decluttered a little bit more. So this was actually a really good organizing and cleaning session. We got everything done that we wanted to get done on this day. I feel like this is going to make it a lot easier for me to unpack when I am ready to tackle those boxes, which this week, I'm hoping this week is the week that I get to the pantry. And I really want to share that with you. Now that I'm looking at all the boxes that I have, I'm thinking that this is going to be a real challenge. I hope today's video gave you some motivation to declutter an area in your home, whether big or small, it all counts. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your day to visit with me. I really appreciate it, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.